So welcome guys to Merchant of Venice Act 1 Scene 2, and this is second part of the Act 1 Scene 2. So let's have a quick revisit to Act 1 Scene 1, Act 1 Scene 2 Part 1. So the scene started in Belmont, where heroine Portia is introduced to us with Nerissa. So by her faith, her body was all tired. Then Nerissa told that you would be because of her bad luck, that is she's facing, instead of wealth and good luck. So a person must not be thinking of too high or not too low, or don't become rich not poor. So you have to be in middle. So those who have more of anything will grow old sooner by wide hair, while those who have much things to survive, they can live longer. Portia replied that she pronounced very well and these were good sentences. Nerissa told that it would be better if these things were well followed. Then Portia replied, if I know what I should do earlier, then chapels would have become churches, while poor man's cottage would have become princess's palace. It is a good advice to follow instruction. So if she knows what to do, then she would teach 20 people what were good to be done, instead of one of them to follow her own teaching. She also replied, the blood make low for brain may make lows for blood, but when a person is young and what they feel it is good, that is called as a madness during youth, while when a person skips over the net of a good advice, it is called the cripple, according to Portia. Now Portia do not want husbands like that, so he's advising the virtues, that he has the present she have a present situation of neither refusing one or neither choosing one. She don't know what to do according to her father's will. Nerissa replied back, her father, Portia's father, was virtuous and a holy man, while at his death have a good inspirations and good thoughts, and he had devised lottery of caskets. One of them was called silver lead, and whereof who chooses its meaning will be chosen as Portia's husband for no doubt. But what what is the next thing Portia does to the suitor that are already arrived? Don't know what to do nextly. That was what Nerissa said. Then Portia replied, I request you, Portia, please call out their names. I will describe them and I can choose who will be my husband. And according to the lottery of caskets also, okay. First was a Neapolitan prince. Portia said that he is an inexperienced man. He always talk about his horse. He can even show his horse himself. She's also afraid that this Neapolitan prince mother played false with this blacksmith. Next was County Palatine. He always looked frown and he doesn't smile even though he hears merry tales. And he proves a weeping philosopher. That is, we remember Heraclitus. He was a person that was always unhappy and have to leave forest alone later. Okay, so Portia is saying it is better to marry a skull with a bone in his mouth rather than marrying him. So now Portia is saying, protect me from this Neapolitan prince and County Palatine. Understood? This was what part 1 was there. So now let's look at the part 2. Okay, so let's start. Nerissa, how say you by the French lord Monsieur Lebel? So next person is a French lord and his name is Monsieur Le Bon. Let's see what Portia thinks of him. Portia, God made him and therefore let him pass for a man. So he's saying that he is a person of no quality. So let him as it is. I know it is a sin to be mocker, but why are they horse than better than the Napoleons? So we discussed Napoleon, but this was all about horse. But this Monsieur Laban cares too much than Napoleon Prince, too much of horse. This Monsieur Laban has also horse which care too much than Napoleon Prince. Okay, and he had a better bad habit of frowning than Count Palatine. So he also frowns too much than County Palatine. Okay, so Monsieur Laban cares too much about horse than Napoleon Prince, and he also frowns more than County Palatine. Okay, he is every man in no man if a throstle. You know who throstle is? It is an English word. Okay, if a throstle see, he feels straight a gulping, he will fence with his own shadow. So, when a throstle, that is an English bird, sings, it is a throstle means a thrush. This is a common name for English bird. Okay, so when a throstle sing, what he do? He will dance with his own shadow. Okay, that is the meaning of he will fence with his own shadow. If I should marry him, I should marry 20 more husbands. So if Portia married Monsieur Leban, it is better to marry 20 more husbands. What is the meaning of that? That is his what do you say? His personality and characteristics is like that. So he have so it is in sense that he has everybody's else character, not only his character. He also captured the another person's character. Okay, that is what it is a meaning of. If I would despise him, I would forgive him. So Portia say, if I would hate him, it is better for Portia. I shall never require for him. So if Portia hates him, he will forgive him. So no problem. But what will he love him? She will be with the necklace. Nerissa. What say you then to Falconbridge, the young baron of England? So Portia is saying about what do you think of Falconbridge? He's another person, the young baron of England. Portia, you know I say nothing to him, for he understands not me. So Portia is saying, oh, you know what I say to him. He doesn't understand, and what he say I cannot understand. Why? Let's look at. Nor I am. He has neither Latin, French, nor Italian, and you will come into the court and swear that I have poor pennyworth in English. So poor pennyworth in English means very few little knowledge about English. So he don't know English too much. Neither he don't know Latin, French, or Italian. Okay, so he don't know the language that is Latin, French, nor Italian, and he have very little knowledge in English. So how can they converse with each other? Okay, so there will be no conversation because they don't know the language of each other. Oh, what Portia is expecting the language upon. Who can converse man's picture, but alas, who can converse with the dumb shadow? So Portia is asking, who can converse with this mind? How oddly he is suited. Due to this, he is oddly suited. Okay, I think he bought his doublet in Italy, his round horse in France, his bonnet in Germany, and his behavior everywhere. So doublet means jacket, round hose means breeches, bonnet means hat. So what is saying? What Portia is saying? So Portia is saying that he have jacket from Italy, and breeches from France, and his hat in Germany. So he have different things from different place, and like that his behavior is everywhere. He have many different things from different places, and his behavior is spread on everywhere. Okay, understood? So he don't have a sense of language, and his behavior is on everywhere. Understood? Now let's look what is next. Nerissa, what think you of the Scottish lord, his neighbor? Now Portia is asking about what do you think of this Scottish lord, neighbor of the Scottish lord. Let's see what the reply of Portia is. Portia. Then he had the neighborly charity in him, for he borrowed a box of ear of the Englishman. So Portia is saying that this neighbor of Scottish law had a charity with his neighbor. What was that? He borrowed a box of ear of Englishman. So it was given a blow on the ear from the Englishman. And so he would pay him when he was able, and he promised that he will pay back when he was able or when he have presently money with him. I think the Frenchman became a surety and sealed under for another. So he's saying he had guaranteed that he would pay the debt, but he signed his name under this courtman's signature. But what happened at last? Nothing. Failure. Nerissa, how like you, the young German, the Duke of Saxony's nephew. So next suitor, he's a German person. So let's see what Portia thinks about this Duke of Saxony's nephew. Portia, very wily in the morning, when he is sober, and moons wily in the afternoon, when he is drunk, when he is best. He is a little worse than a man, and when he is worse, he is little better than a beast. And the worst fall that ever fell, I hope I shall make shift to go without him. So, Portia is saying that this German, when it is very badly in the morning, he will start drinking, and when it is very badly in afternoon, most badly in afternoon, and when he is drunk, the condition is worse than ever. He is worse than a man, and when he is worse than a man, he is little better than a beast. So Portia is saying, "Oh God, help me to manage this out." So he's saying, I don't have any interest in him. Nerissa, if you should offer to choose the right casket, you shall refuse to perform your father's will, if you should refuse to accept him. So Nerissa is saying that if you decide to choose the right casket, you shall, if you refuse to perform his father's will, if you refuse to accept the suitor as per father's will. Portia. Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee set a deep glass of Rhenish wine of the contrary casket. So, Portia is telling Eliza to place a large glass of Rhenish wine. It is a wine from grapes of the Rhine Valley. On the contrary casket, that is on the wrong casket. For why? Because of this German suitor. Okay. For if the devil be within and that temptation without, I know he will choose it. So he's telling the situation about which this German suitor is. I will do anything Nerissa, and I will be married to Aspash. Instead of marrying this drunker, I will do anything, everything, anything. But I cannot marry him. I cannot marry such a person. Nerissa, you need not fear. So Nerissa is saying, don't worry. They having any of these notes, they have acquainted me with their determination, which is indeed to return to their home and to trouble you with more suit, unless you may be won by some other sort than your father's in possession, depending on the casket. So Nerissa is saying, don't worry, Portia. Out of these all suitors that you have acquainted with the determination. What do you mean by acquainted with your determination? So it means informed with the decision, informed me of decisions, okay, which is indeed to return to their home and to trouble you with more zeal. So instead of to return their home, it is there giving more trouble to Portia, unless you may be won by other sort than your father's imposition. So according to his father's condition, she have to be only married. Okay, so these suitors have already come, and Narisa is thinking of what to do with these suitors and asking her to tell her decision depending upon the caskets. Okay, Portia, if I to be as old as Sibylla, I will die as chaste as Diana. So you can see Sibylla and Diana. Who are they? Sibylla is a Sibyl of Cumae, which is a prophetess of Roman mythology. Apollo granted her as many years of life as ever sanguines held in her hand. Here she is being referred to suggest a traditional old woman. So she don't want to be as hard life of Sibylla, and I will die as chaste as Diana. Chaste means holy. So Portia will die as holy as Diana. Diana is the Roman mythological goddess, okay, of virginity, of hunting, and the moon. Unless I be obtained by man of my father's will. Okay, so anyway, she want to marry according to her father will. So I don't want to be live like Sibylla uh, rather than to do marry these suitors. So I want to die as holy as Diana also. Okay, in any manner I have to manage my father's will also. Yes, so that's what Portia is saying. I am glad this parcel of wooers, what do you mean by parcel of wooers, set of suitors, okay, are so reasonable. For there is not one among them but I dote on is very absent, that is whom I wish to present here is not there. I pray God grant them a fair departure. So what he want is not there, but nothing to do. So I am concluding up here. Hope that much was all clear. We will complete the act 1 scene 2 in next video. Till bye bye.